Hello and welcome to Sujit Talks. My name is Sujit Billa, a registered migration agent and an ICT career coach. This video compares cloud and DevOps engineer for Australian employment and migration purposes. If you're either seeking employment or migration opportunities and would like to have a chat with me, you can book a free phone call on my website, sujittalks.au. That is sujittalks.au. Recently, we have seen AWS outage due to increased error rates and latencies. Affected and impaired were IAM and regional DynamoDB service endpoints, internal subsystem of EC2 because of the dependency of EC2 on DynamoDB, network load balancer health checks, network connectivity issues in multiple services such as Lambda, DynamoDB, and CloudWatch. This information is based on an article from ACS in its information age. The risks of cloud centralization is that by far the world's largest cloud operator with 30% of a cloud services market expected to surpass $614 billion for the first time this year, particularly as surging AI demand drives the breakneck creation of new cloud data centers. According to an article in prwire.com.au in May 2025, Gartner said there are some trends and next generation requirements such as cloud dissatisfaction, AI or ML demand increase, multi cloud and cross cloud, industry solutions, digital sovereignty, and sustainability. So, AWS fixed that apparently, and the solution they say was as part of the recovery effort. We temporarily throttled some operations such as EC2 instance launches, processing of SQS queues via Lambda event source mapping, and asynchronous Lambda incubations. Over time, we reduced throttling of operations and worked in parallel to resolve network connectivity issues until the service is fully recovered. This is a statement from Amazon on its website. So, why are we talking about all this? Because cloud and DevOps engineers are in shortage, according to the Occupation Shortage List, OSL 2025. DevOps Engineer 261316 is already in the CSOL, the core skill occupation list, which is why ACS is currently assessing it as one of the ICT occupations. 273331 Cloud Engineer is currently in the 2025 CSOL, targeted for consultation group and may appear in the soon to be updated CSOL and perhaps be available for the points tested visas when the skill occupation lists for those visas get updated. Time will tell when. ACS on Monday, 20th of October 2025, in its information age said, there is no shortage of software engineers in Australia anymore, but cybersecurity professionals remain a challenge. Both of these occupations now fall under 2733 software and application engineers in OSCA. So, according to JSA, the Jobs and Skills Australia, the 2613 software and application programmers of ANSCO 2022 is not in shortage, which means the unit group 2613 is not in shortage. Interestingly enough, these two occupations, despite being in that occupation group, which is not in shortage, these occupations, cloud and DevOps engineer, are in shortage. The skills that a typical cloud engineer could have for cloud infrastructure and operations, cloud solution architecture, cloud security and resilience, cloud strategy and leadership, cloud upskilling and talent management, cloud sourcing and supplier management, software engineering or DevOps, cloud product management, cloud governance and compliance, cloud migration and transformation, cloud education and training, cloud financials, FinOps, edge computing or IoT, cloud data and analytics, enterprise architecture, cloud infrastructure, decommission on premises infrastructure, platform management. When it comes to DevOps, three focus areas are setup DevOps culture and organizational capabilities, technical DevOps capabilities using automation to drive velocity and quality, adapting and operating organizational processes to support DevOps culture and ways of working. The typical skills are system and software lifecycle engineering, risk management, organization design and implementation, organization capability development, stakeholder relationship management, competency assessment, measurement, system systems development management, knowledge management, performance management, employee experience, job analysis and design, configuration management, programming or software development, functional testing, non-functional testing, systems integration and build, release management, deployment, database administration, infrastructure operations, user acceptance testing. Methods and tools, requirements definition and management, software design, solution architecture, systems design, problem management, incident management, vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, change control, information security, identity and access management, security operations. So if you are a migrant going for ACS skills assessment, you should know which skills are relevant to which occupations. And if you're applying for jobs as well, you should know which skills are being mapped to which occupations or position titles that are in the market. And to get a good idea, you would want to look at SFIA website. Skills are something that you should already have. It's not something that you can create based on these lists. When it comes to tasks, which the applicants either have to demonstrate in the employment reference letters, if it's ACS skills assessment, or in their resume for job applications, are mainly to justify that they can, as a 273331 cloud engineer, build, support, manage, maintain cloud-based solutions and services, including cloud-based processes, applications, storage, and computer networks. This is as per the OSCA definition of a cloud engineer. So in ANSCO 2022, cloud engineer doesn't have a direct title or an occupation, but it falls under 261316 DevOps engineer occupation as a specialization. So if someone is applying right now as a cloud engineer, they can look at DevOps engineer as an alternative because cloud engineer is not available yet for an assessment by ACS, but it could become available in the future when ACS could be using the OSCA code cloud engineer. The applicants are to justify that they facilitate and undertake communication, collaboration, integration, and automation to improve efficiency and workflow across different specialist IT teams as a DevOps engineer. So this is the ANSCO 2022 description for DevOps engineer. The OSCA equivalent for 261316 DevOps engineer is 273332 DevOps engineer. It has the same description as that of the ANSCO 2022 version, which is facilitates and undertakes communication, collaboration, integration, automation to improve efficiency and workflow across different specialist IT teams. However, there are roles that are unique to this occupation as opposed to the ANSCO 2022 because all the duties for DevOps engineer are the same as that of a software engineer because both of them fall in the same unit group. And the way it's structured in ANSCO 22 is that the duties are similar to many occupations in the unit group. What distinguishes OSCA from ANSCO is that occupations such as DevOps engineer has got their own tasks or tasks in their own right. So that is why you see the difference in tasks for a DevOps engineer under OSCA versus DevOps engineer in ANSCO. Furthermore, it specifically says that the cloud engineers are excluded from this occupation. Cloud engineers are included in occupation 273331 cloud engineer. That's what the OSCA says. And that's what we talked about in the beginning of a cloud engineer's occupation in OSCA. ACS is already using the OSCA definition to assess 273332 DevOps engineer, which means even though the code is that of ANSCO, ACS is using the OSCA definition and tasks for DevOps engineer. Salary is one of the important things to check before you even go for an interview or before you even go for an ACS skills assessment application. Salary is one of the criteria that ACS looks at. For example, a typical cloud engineer gets 130K and a DevOps engineer could get 135K. This is the average salary, typical salary according to SEEK. The certifications that ACS accepts for DevOps engineer are AWS Certified DevOps Engineer Professional, Google Professional Cloud DevOps Engineer, and DevOps Engineer Expert with Microsoft as the vendor. So they are only accepting 3 vendors at the moment: Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. If you have other certifications, ACS will time to time say that you need to contact them and ask about those certifications. And also to note is that the certifications are not mandatory at this stage. Qualifications. So, if you're a prospective student interested to explore what courses are there in the market which could have pathways to cloud engineering or DevOps engineering, what you have to understand is that both of them are still part of software engineering groups. So, you might have a lot of courses with software engineering as a title, and then you have specializations as cloud computing. For example, there is a course called as Master of Software Engineering Cloud Computing Advanced from Torrens University. And then you've got another course from Swinburne in Masters of Information Technology Professional Computing, and the specialization as mobile and computing with cloud engineering as one of the subject, internet security, advanced software development, software quality and testing, technology application project. These are all the specialization units. Finally, bachelor's degree or a master's degree is required, or any higher degree than bachelor's degree is required, because these two occupations are skill level 1, and ACS requires at least 6 years for those people without any degree or with a non-ICT degree to be eligible for skills assessment under RPL, recognition of prior learning. That brings an end to this video. Keep watching Sujit Talks for more videos. Subscribe if you haven't and click on the bell icon to get notified. Go to my website sujittalks.au